Hey guys, welcome to 10-Minute Kick-Ass Coaching from the road again. Here in the Poconos of Pennsylvania, I'm staying at a friend's house. Thanks, Ralph April. I really appreciate you allowing me to stay here overnight. I'm headed to meet a coaching client here in Pennsylvania tomorrow for the next couple of days. We'll be working with their company and trying to get everything across that we need to get across. So tonight's episode is about diversity. Now, diversity has nothing to do with what you traditionally think. Diversification is very big within the business world. What do I mean by that? A lot of companies go out and they say, I can do this, I could do this. I'm a roofer, but I also do snow plowing. Fine. But I also do siding, shingles, restoration work, carpet cleaning. Now you're getting a little bit more diverse, sometimes a little bit too diverse. So when is it too much to be overly diverse with your business? Well, I think you have core competencies in your business, just like you have core competencies in your life, core competencies that you make effect and that work best for you, that make you the best at a certain thing. The same core competencies for business. And those core issues of the business, the core of the business, is about what you do the very best and things that will build and add value around that. Now, what is the challenge with that? Well, we're in the disaster restoration industry. It's one of the big businesses that I deal with. I am involved with one here in New York that I helped build from scratch. And one of the things that we decided from day one was we would not be overly diversified. So that means we would stick to primarily what we do. So for us, there's companies that do water damage, fire damage, mold control, sewer and drain cleanup, damages from that, construction, things that are all related. But here's the problem. You can only be really good at certain things. Unless you have a huge company or you have tremendous subcontractors that you can work with, it's very difficult. For us, we decided we want to focus on water-related issues. So there could have been water, could have been mold-related issues, could be a drain backup with Category 3, what they call water or contaminated water. We'll clean those things up. We don't get involved in fire damages. And the reason we don't get involved is not that we can't do them. I certainly have done enough of them over the years. It's really manpower. It's not really tons of inventory and equipment like water restoration is. However, it's not something we do the best. And we would need to make sure we had staff on at all times to be able to do those fire damages. Being in the New York City market, that's tough because we stay so busy on it. With our marketing, it's focused right on water damage, water removal, water dryouts. It's focused directly on that. Cleanups from sewer and drain backups, we'll get involved in that. Mold remediation, certainly, because it's all related, we will get involved with that. But we don't get involved in rebuilding your house. We work with great companies that actually can rebuild your house and do an awesome job. But that's not something we do. So my point of this is the core competencies in your business. The core of your business is what you do. For us, it's that. For me, I do coaching consulting within the service industry. What does that mean? Well, there's a big broad circle to service-based businesses, but let's just nail it down to one. A service-based business is somebody that goes out and does a service or sells a product and service to the customer that's focused on great customer service or great client service. That is the focus of it. So I can work with companies that are not service-based, but I don't want to. It's not something I do. It's not something I'm the best at or something I can even be the best at. It's not something that I'm remotely familiar with, even though I'm familiar with a lot of different industries. So mine is primarily geared toward the trade. So if you're a plumbing contractor, a sewer and drain cleaning contractor, a restoration contractor, even a carpet cleaner, which I have a lot of experience with too as well, even a real estate agent. I have a client that is a broker in a real estate firm that does quite well, and that's a service-based business, and that person has me come in from time to time to work with their agents and help them with really over-delivering their customer service and separating themselves from, say, their competition. And we use the Service Without Excuses program within that setting, and it works very well within realtors too as well. But that's still a service-based business, even though it's not a trade per se. It's still a service-based business. I would not go into a corporation or a Fortune 500 company and tell you how to run your company. I'm not qualified to do that. I don't want to do that, even if I was qualified. There's so many people out there that do that are just tremendous. I know a bunch of them. Even in the core of restoration field, if somebody is not exactly the right fit, even with all the experience that I have within the restoration industry, I have other people that I work with that I recommend. I just had somebody I recommended for an IT person, needed an IT marketer in particular, and I was able to refer her. And I don't know whatever happened with that, but I know that that was an area that, even though it has service to it, is not an area that I'm an expertise in. Can I teach them marketing systems? Can I teach them operational things? Sure. Am I best qualified to do that versus referring them over to this person that is much better qualified for them? They're definitely better qualified than me. There's no question. So I have my diversity down to service-based businesses, in particular trade-based businesses, because that's what I have the most experience with. So I guess what it comes down to, guys, don't over-diversify your business. Find out what you're really good at, what you can market, what you can do over and over again, what you can have a duplicatable, replicatable, consistent system to every single time, and that's what you should do. If you are a jack of all trades and master of none, I call it you're a jackass of all trades, and you cannot meet the customer demands. It just doesn't happen. Big companies fall short onto it. Certain companies about certain things. Amazon, one of the biggest companies in the world, is a client and customer service company. That's really what they're doing. They're giving you the best client and customer service. There's other companies that ship stuff all over the world, do a great job. But as Amazon is known for their quick turnaround and their customer service. I'm not a qualified person to counsel Amazon. I just really respect the hustle and I respect what they do. So learn what your niches are. Learn what you're best at. Learn what your core business is. Make sure you don't over-diversify outside of that core business. And make sure that whatever you do in your business life, in your life period, you focus on exactly what makes you the most money and makes you the absolute best at what you do. So, I'm going to give you a small example. I was down at my future father-in-law's house in Florida, and I have a very good friend of mine that has referred work that's a plumber, and I'm in the house. He markets our services for us, really helps us get into a lot of great opportunities. He's a great guy, and I've watched how he's done plumbing work. I'm not a plumber. I can't do plumbing work. I'm not licensed to do plumbing work. However, it was my future father-in-law's house, and I felt comfortable enough to take on the task. Well, I was still unqualified. It still took me 10 times longer than it would anybody that was a plumber. However, at the end of the day, I was able to get it done. What did that tell me? I should not plumb. I should not plumb or sweat pipe or do anything. Do I understand what they do? Yes. Do I have a photographic memory, which really comes in handy, but I'm able to remember it once I see it once. I'm good. That's the good thing about it. The bad thing about it is I went in there going, I could fix this, and showing off and trying to impress my future father-in-law, and luckily it turned out all right, and I didn't destroy his house, but I could have, because I was not doing something that I really know how to do. Now, if he wanted to start a business, market that business, build the business, and put systems into place, train and mentor his staff, that I'm more qualified for. Doing a water damage in his house, cleaning up even after fire, I can do that. But there is a very fine list of things I know how to do. In this world, I know how to run and operate a business, thank God, and I'm able to help others do that. I'm able to market, and I'm a musician. Outside that, I'm relatively useless because those are the only things I really know how to do pretty damn well. That's it. I don't try to be something else. And again, learned that lesson after spending, I can't even imagine the amount of hours it took to do this, but I was able to get it done. But I'm sure I learned a lesson of you better learn your craft a little bit better before you go in there and do it. It worked out all right. I was lucky, period. So guys, pick what you're best at. Don't try and do something you're not. You're only going to make yourself look stupid, look incompetent to the customer if you're not able to really maintain the task and accomplish what you've promised your customers and clients. So guys, thank you so much for being here this evening. I'm from the road. I'll be down in Pennsylvania again working with a coaching client here for the next couple of days, helping them with some operational stuff actually. Pretty simple, great business, know it very well, know the person very well. So I'm looking forward to getting my hands dirty and getting in there and doing what needs to get done. So guys, thanks again. I appreciate it. Have a great evening. You're here for episode number 36 of 10-Minute Kick-Ass Coaching, where we talk about, is diversification a bad thing? And the answer is yes and no. All right. Have a great evening. Thanks, guys. Bye.